So this episode, we're going back to Generation Kill because it seems to be a favorite. We're going to go through episode 4. It's called Combat Jack.
Stand by for tasking, over.
Roger, standing by to copy, over.
First Recon Battalion, reinforced. Be prepared for relief in place. No later than 1900 Zulu, over.
Let's check it out.
It's Jack, dog. We got the Iceman seriously tweaking out on us. And we're losing him because some white boy, accidentally on purpose, tries to waste a Haji. Back in Nasiriyah, we seen generals drop mad arty rounds on an unarmed civilian city. Must have killed thousands. And what about all those little smoking, burnt-up little Haji kids on the MSRs, all hit by legit, called-in, officer-approved airstrikes? Shit, we had a battalion of doctors try to light our asses up. It's war, dog.
All right, well, in this scene, they're talking about the afterthought of a mission. A lot of times when you're on that mission, adrenaline's pumping, you're just doing what you're trained to do. And, you know, sometimes you forget things. So when you're done with the mission and you're sitting around with your buddies and you start talking about it, you start remembering things then. And maybe they might remember things that you didn't. And it's just like an afterthought. You talk about it.
The three wise men, you must have traveled far.
Our platoon commander's on watch. Righteous is that?
I see the three of you coming together. I get thinking there's some kind of problem.
Oh, no, Gunny, nothing like that.
Well, we're just concerned about this thing with the LT and the captain.
Word is he and Casey Kasem are going after the LT for grabbing the radio out of his hand when he's trying to call in danger close artillery on a bullshit target.
And, well, sir, we just want to say that if it comes to the CO charging you with insubordination...
Shut the up and do your jobs. Whatever happens between Captain Schwetchy and myself is none of your business.
All right, in this scene, it's about the officers. You know, sometimes they do officer stuff that enlisted and soldiers don't need to know about. So this is actually a good lieutenant. He's handling his business, and the soldiers don't really need to know what's going on with that. It's officer business, and that's all it comes down to. He's just shielding them away from the bull crap that they don't need to know.
They're moving. At least I think they're moving. John, are they moving? They're too far away to laze. What do you think? If we watch them for maybe 10 more mics, we're gonna know, sir.
It's 140, give or take.
I'm gonna get on the net with a fact first. Godfather fact, this is Assassin 2 actual. We have possible enemy contact. We have 140 possible armor on the move. 15 clicks due east of our position.
Copy all.
They're moving. You can see it. So, we're unsupplied, 24 hours ahead of the next nearest Marine, and now the Iraqi army has found us. I like the plan, Brad. It works for me.
It's a town. And it ain't moving.
If you ever worn night vision, you'd understand this scene. Night vision, it's great, but it's just a green blob. You can't really see depth perception, and distance is really hard to see. So in this scene where they're looking at all these lights that look like they're coming toward them, it's just a lot of flickering going on in that night vision. They think it's tanks, but it's actually a town that's, you know, 200 clicks away rather than 140 tanks 20 clicks away. So it just it plays with your depth when you have night vision on.
What a little Humrat feast. Be sure Garza and Lily get there.
Yeah, it's only fair. If the Iraqis can burn our supply truck, we can partake in their humanitarian rations.
Alright, humanitarian MREs, that's what they're saying. We always had a supply of them because we're the Americans, we gotta give just to show Iraqis that we care. And these humanitarian MREs had the American flag on it. They were kosher, they didn't have pork or anything like that the Iraqis didn't want to eat.
The main MSR running from military installations to Ba'ath political targets is here. We have 3 ancillary service routes. The main MSR we've named Cheetahs, followed by ASR Rhino, ASR Crazy Horse, and this one running alongside the Central Mosque is ASR 7th Vale. The NCOs in my 2 shop who did the mapping named the streets after their favorite titty bars.
They're at a sand table right now, and they're talking about the mission. Before you go on a mission, you usually do what's called a sand table. You have exactly what the objective is. They have the buildings, And they have all the grid lines on the map to show exactly who's taken what building, and it's usually a pretty large scale where everyone could be around it and know exactly where they're going and exactly what they're doing. And the sand table gives you a good visual representation of what your mission is.
Sir, I just got off the net with CENTCOM, and he has been given full command authority.
Back channel authority. For all intent and purpose, I'm not here. Now, gentlemen, this man is the mission. We have good reason to believe that Ali Hassan al-Majid, a.k.a. Chemical Ali, is holed up in Ashatra.
And these playing cards that you see had all the faces of all the enemies that we were trying to capture. So in 2003, when we were over there, what do soldiers do the most? When we're bored, we play cards. Either spades or hearts or euchre. And the more you play, you got to know the faces of who we were trying to capture. And of course, Saddam was the ace of spades.
All Hitman 2 Victors, this is Hitman 2 Actual. We are 2 clicks out from Al-Hay. Updated reports state there are small pockets of resistance south of the city. Break. Godfather Fack is pushing Cobras north to sweep the routes. Observe everything, admire nothing.
Roger that. We're monitoring AirNet at this time.
They found RPGs 200 meters up the road in a ditch.
Shit, man, it's really pretty country out here.
Except for the mortars.
Yeah, but they're random. I mean, come on, man. It's not like anybody's scoping you with an AK or anything. It's not personal like that.
Hitman 2-1, Rotary says they can't find the
You really gotta let some of this shit go.
In my second tour of Iraq, this is exactly the terrain that I dealt with. It was farmlands, there was water, there was a lot of desolate areas where you can't see where you are going. It favors the enemy, because you could be going through those tall reed lines and everyone could be hiding in those reeds. So it made it very difficult, because 360 degrees you always had to watch.
Small arms fire's picking up.
Assassin 2-3, this is Assassin Actual. Interrogative? What do you see?
Your position, over.
Assassin, this is 2-3, over.
This is Assassin Actual, send it.
We have eyes on the northeast corner of the town, and there
appears to be some dismantling of the outer barricade, general revelry, and what passes for Iraqi house music.
Roger that. We're seeing the same thing. Make sure your men know that AK fire is celebratory. Over.
Roger that.
Iraqis love to celebrate by shooting their AK-47s up in the air. They celebrate everything. But when you're running a checkpoint and you don't know they're celebrating, you think you're being shot at. Until something comes over the radio. Like when Saddam was captured, I was running a checkpoint and there was gunfire all over us. Not shooting at us, but shooting up in the air. And it's a pucker factor. You don't know who they're shooting at.
It's really pretty, isn't it?
All in all, this episode 4, it wasn't bad. It was a little slower than some of the episodes that we've watched. But I'd give this one a 4. I wouldn't go 5 on this one, a 4. I'd say it was pretty high speed, pretty accurate, and it wasn't bad to watch.